Yes, guys, today we are in Bergamo, in the north of Italy, visiting the Santini headquarters. Behind me, you've got the Santini Factory, where all the rainbow jerseys, yellow jerseys of the Tour de France are made. And from now on, also, the Thompson Bike Tours jersey is going to be made here in the Santini Factory. Today we're meeting with Paola and Monica Santini, and they are going to show us how works Santini behind closed doors. Let's go. Okay, so here we are in Bergamo with Paola Santini.
Welcome.
Grazie mille per, how you say, to having us here in Italian.
Per l'ospitalità.
Per l'ospitalità. Paola Santini, I think it's obvious for the surname who we're talking about. Which is your role here in Santini?
I'm marketing director and co-owner of the company together with my sister Monica.
By the way, this building is amazing. It's like a mix of it's a mix of history and a mix of modern thing. So a little bit like the company right now.
Yeah, exactly. So we are a very historical company with a big heritage. So we've been founded by my father in 1965.
Yeah.
And exactly as this building, which is a building from the late 50s, we've grown, and this building has been recently refurbished. And so we are, of course, a brand with a heritage, but in the end, we look at the future and we are a very modern brand.
I think a good example is what we have behind. This is like, in one image, you've got the 50 years of history of Santini, more or less?
Over 50 years.
Of the 50 years of history.
So the beginnings are basically all our wool jerseys. So the company name at the beginning was Santini Magnificio Sportivo. Magnificio in Italian means knitting. That's because the clothing for cycling and for pretty much any other sport at the time were made of wool.
Yeah.
So we're knitted. And then obviously you get to the Tour de France jerseys, but in the middle you have the Giro d'Italia, all our pro teams throughout the years, and the UCI partnership. Of course, the technology has changed completely. So from wool, we go to super aerodynamic jerseys made of technical fabrics and combination of wind tunnel tested technical fabrics.
So we are with Monica Santini. So you are the CEO of Santini, and you took the torch of your dad that started the company. And how is it working with your sister?
I have to say that it's okay. We have a very good relationship. We get along pretty well. Even when we fight, it's always, we always try to find a solution, because what we learned from our family, from our father and mother, was that in the end, what matters is the company. We get along very well, so it's not often that we are in disagreement.
So in this wall, I can see, for example, that there's the Santini pink jersey, la maglia rosa of the Giro d'Italia. You've got the yellow jersey of the Tour de France, and also I know that you are also doing right now La Vuelta a España. So kind of you achieved the cycling crown, the 3 Grand Tours.
Yes, we can say that. Yeah, in our history, I think we are the only brand to have been sponsor of all the 3 Grand Tour. One of the things that made us even prouder is that when we start a collaboration, we tend to keep it for a long time. So for us, it's a way to give back to the cycling world. And I mean, the UCI collaboration started in 1988, and it's still going strong. So I can tell that it's a long marriage.
So Bonen, Valverde, Cancellara, Evenepoel, Van der Poel, all these guys.
We can say we've been on the shoulders, and we've dressed all the big names of cycling throughout our history.
Wow.
What we've tried to do with the showroom is to obviously have in the showroom what we are and our history. And you see these old wardrobes where we have inside different shelves, and each one of them has a dedicated theme with all the memorabilia. Here behind me, it's what we are now and what we will be, because everything you see in here is either the current collection or what's coming up in the following seasons. Yeah. So here, a lot of the things that we have here, they're like not revealed to the public yet. So it makes this place even more
mysterious.
Mysterious, yes.
Misterioso.
Misterioso. Misterioso.
Okay. And something that is not very, you don't see it very often nowadays in clothing brands, is that you've got here the headquarters and it's next to the manufacturer line.
Well, it's a tough decision. Managing a production is not like only creating an idea and then let somebody else do the hard work. So most of the new companies probably were born only with ideas and not with all the background of technological learning and skills. So for us, it was the other way around. When my dad started, it was mostly a producer, and then with the time, the company evolved into, also the marketing side of things and all the rest. And that DNA of our beginning, the DNA of being a producer, always stayed with us, and we believe in it very strongly because we think that we need to be on top of our game. It's not just thinking of a new product, it's also the making of that product that put us on a different level. So we are very, very proud of being able to to stay very current with all the technological advancements. We think also that it's super important to be flexible in a market that is overly complicated, that it's changing so quickly. Sometimes when we need to make a change, we just have to cross the road and we go into the factory and we make that change very quickly. I think it's an advantage that I would never let go.
For example, this Santini jersey in the manufacturing line that you've got right next to this building, how does it work? How do you get to here?
So there are a lot of people behind this jersey. We normally start from the designer think about the jersey and design it on paper. It goes to the modelist. Basically, what this person does is it interprets the ideas of the designer. What she does is takes the design, takes the fabrics, and following the instructions of the designer, creates the different pieces that will compose the product. And then from there, we go to the cutting. So they cut the little pieces.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we cut white fabric, and then we go printing it afterwards. And then in the transfer department, the magic happens because we have these huge machines called plotters where we transfer what's on paper onto the white fabric. And then from there, we start the actual stitching of jersey or the product. And even the stitching is pretty complicated. So you don't have to think about one person stitching a whole jersey. So we're talking about a minimum number of 6 people being involved with 6 different stitching machines. Obviously, after we finish a jersey, there is also quality control department where we control every single piece. So it's done on everything. And then we have the packaging department where they attach the labels and they put the products inside their packaging. If I had, it never happens, but if I had to make one jersey and start from zero, it would take about an hour.
So how does it feel to have your surname in the company and have also the legacy of your dad? Because if Santini would have been called like another invented name, maybe it would be different because you've got the story of your family in every decision you make and every time you go forward.
It is really true. It probably could be easier because my dad always said that my name is on that jersey. So I want it to be very good, top quality. I don't like that my name is something that I'm not proud of. So it's really something that stays with us a lot. We are always being very, very careful on what we do, because basically the name of the family, not only the company, but of the family, is on our products.
It's also for us a little bit the same in Thompson Bag Tools, because Thompson is also the same
Yes.
name of the owner of the company. So yeah, I think there's like legacy here, and there's a name that also gives credit, I think, about the work we're doing. So we're in front of the Tour de France collection, yellow jersey, pocket jersey, all the jerseys. How long have you been doing this relation with the Tour de France now?
We started in 2022, our very first Tour de France. And the partnership agreement is for 5 years, so we still have like 3 years to go. So it's interesting. And when we started, it was we were expecting a lot of work, and it is, but it's actually very good to do it. And the answer of the public is amazing.
How does it feel to see your surname, your family name here in the Tour de France jersey?
Well, it makes me very proud, but I think the person you should ask is my dad. I remember years ago when we started thinking, about going for the Tour de France jersey. Our dad said to me and my sister, "Well, girls, if you manage to get that, I can die. I will die happy, and I can die, and then you go on." And then I remember when we went to our dad and we said, "Well, we did it. I mean, we're gonna do the yellow jersey." He looked at us and he's like, "I know, girls, that I said that I could die, but I would like to live longer to see this." And so yeah, for me, is obviously a super achievement. But I think the happiest person here is our dad, because he lived his life to get to this dream.
We had this idea of getting to the Tour de France years ago, and it was a long work. It was a long process. It was not easy to really show the French people that we were on top of our game, that we could be the brand that was really good for the Tour de France. It became more a question of showing that we understood what the Tour de France legacy meant, all the story that is behind that big event, that great event.
When you say the name Tour de France, everybody related with the biggest cycling event of the world, but also you've got history doing the rainbow jersey, that is something massive as well. You've been over 20 years with the Giro d'Italia, La Vuelta a España as well, some years, but is manufacturing the Tour de France yellow jersey crazier than the other things, or more or less is the same work?
Well, it's definitely not crazier in terms of the timing, because if I have to say, probably the worlds are more complicated, because world championships are in different parts of the world. They're always changing. You never know. Also, the organizers are very different. So every time is like a new opera coming out. The Tour de France at least allow you to have the same counterpart, so you can plan in advance. They're very well organized and so on. In terms of psychologically, it's also very different, because I don't know if Paola told you this story, but when we got finally the contract with the Tour de France, I remember it was a fantastic thing that we entered the factory one day and all the people had a yellow ribbon put on top of their stitching machines. So it was a fantastic emotion for us, because it feels that it's not only something that the ownership wanted to do, but also it was such a big pride for all the workers of the company. It was fantastic that day.
So you've dressed the world champions, you've dressed now the winner of the Tour de France. So we're looking at that and we thought, okay, if they're dressing the winner of the Tour de France, maybe they can dress us in Thompson Factory.
We try our best.
So here in the yellow jersey room, I think it's a good place to start introducing why we came here because Santini and Thompson, we're going to be together now from the present and to the future. And these are, yeah, the colors of Thompson, the colors of Santini and Thompson. You told me we can make a jersey in 1 hour time, so the expectations are quite high. I think in 1 hour time we're going to have the jerseys and everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that really is interesting also for all our clients. And as I was saying before, the fact that we have the office, design department, the production all in one place makes us able to really see straight away what we have in mind.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, I was actually looking at your fabric swatch, and you see there is the name of the person who actually did it.
Yeah.
Prova for Simone. So Simone is the person who actually took the piece of paper and did the thing for you. And this, you know, makes you feel like it's very personal. So this person really did take into his hands your test on the fabrics and with the colors of Thompson's and really made it, you know, part of what he's doing for you.
So basically this summer the Thompson Factory's family, they're not gonna have an excuse because we're gonna wear the Santini jersey, the same as the winner of the Tour de France. So
absolutely, yeah.
Is that gonna give you us wings or something?
Probably. You know, as my father says, you need to have the legs. So the clothing can do a lot for you, but you need to have the legs, you know, to be able to ride and enjoy riding as well.
What a trip it was. I must say that it was very cool discovering what is behind closed doors of a top cycling brand like Santini. I'm looking forward to see the final result that is going to take part from now on in every single cycling adventure. Stay tuned because that has just started.